Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today is August the 13th, 2023. Here to talk about Bitcoin ETF and the continual delayed response from the SEC to actually let an approval go through for a Bitcoin ETF. It seems like there's so many entities trying to create a Bitcoin ETF, and seemingly every time someone goes up to the SEC for approval, it either gets delayed, it gets denied, and you begin to ask the question, okay, what's really going on with the SEC lacking the ability to go ahead and approve these Bitcoin ETFs? Now, I got a price prediction on my chart, right? And this could be the reason why the market in Bitcoin has just been traded within a trading channel for a couple of weeks now. Since June, the market in Bitcoin has been trading under $32,000 all the way back down at support around 28,500. Let's talk about it, because the latest delay response from the SEC is from ARK 21 shares. This was another ETF filing that is now back on the back burner. Yeah, they're delaying their response onto whether or not they're going to approve this ARK ETF, Bitcoin ETF. Again, what's going on? Because this denial process, or this delay process for the SEC and these Bitcoin it's nothing new. I mean, going back like 5 years, there has been like 70 spot Bitcoin ETF application that's been rejected and or delayed. Now, the first application was filed by the Winklevoss twins in 2016, but it was denied in 2017. Since then, many other issuers have tried to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF, but none has succeeded so far. The SEC has only approved Bitcoin ETF based on futures contracts, which trade on regulated exchanges and do not require holding Bitcoins directly. Like I just told you, August the 11th, 2023 is the most recent announced delay by the SEC, with a postponed decision for ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF, a joint project from ARK Invest and 21 shares. The SEC said it needed more time to gather public comments on the proposal, which would track the performance of Bitcoin as measured by the S&P Bitcoin Index. Now, the original deadline for a decision was going to be today, August the 13th, 2023, but it could be extended up to 240 days, which means a final verdict may not come until January the 10th, 2024. Now, here's a list of other entities or institutions that's trying to create Bitcoin ETFs. They have submitted spot Bitcoin ETF applications before the SEC, and they're currently waiting for a response. Now, you got BlackRock, you have Bitwise, you got VanEck, Wisdom Tree, Valkyrie, First Trust Galaxy, Fidelity, Wise Origin, and Grayscale. So there's a lot of people really trying to get into this cryptocurrency space, and it seems like there's one knot that's in the string that is keeping the progressional movement of this currency, Bitcoin, and it looked like it's the SEC. Why would they be such lax in trying to get these decisions out for these businesses that's trying to create a spot Bitcoin ETF? What are they nervous about? Could it change the overall direction of the financial markets? Because Bitcoin could be seen as a safe haven, as a backed by the dollar, could be eventually backed by Bitcoin rather than what it used to be, gold. Or maybe they're just waiting for all of these Bitcoin ETFs to come in, submit at one time, and they approve them all at the same time, so that they won't be seen as trying to pick a favorite ETF. It could be that too. But it just doesn't add up that the market is literally submitting applications, and then on the other end you have the SEC coming around suing cryptocurrency projects, saying that these cryptocurrency are securities. So it seems to me like the regulatory body that has been established for the United States government is in a conundrum. They don't know how to move with this new instrument called cryptocurrencies, because the system that they use, the regulatory system that they use, is outdated for this new technology, for this new financial instrument. They need to rewrite the laws to allow these Bitcoin ETFs to flourish, to allow cryptocurrencies to flourish. And until that time, it seems like when you have a decentralized currency like Bitcoin, it's supposed to go around the SEC or other centralized regulatory bodies. But the people, these institutions, which is governed by these regulatory bodies, is waiting for them to give them the green light. But Bitcoin wasn't made for the green light. It wasn't made to get permission. It's permissionless. You don't have to ask someone for permission. But when I see over 70 Bitcoin ETF applications being rejected, why hasn't someone created a loophole, a workaround, to where you don't have to wait for the SEC to create and approve ETFs? With the technology that we have today, with the programming that Bitcoin is all about, is there not a way that we can create a Bitcoin ETF that could be regulated on its own by code? Just some things for you all to think about. But let's get back to this price prediction. So you guys can see it. My latest price prediction in Bitcoin goes all the way back on August the 8th, 2023. And I was looking for the market in Bitcoin to go higher. And, you know, you guys can see it. It has gone up. Literally within the day that we did a price prediction, Bitcoin has gone higher. Now, we haven't got too much fanfare, though. The price action in Bitcoin, you guys can see it. It's literally continuing to go lower. Like, there's no one interested in buying Bitcoin. Like, the demand is not here currently. And if we see this on a weekly chart, let me show you all this on a weekly chart. You can see over the last couple of weeks that the price action in Bitcoin hasn't garnered any fanfare. There's been more selling, I would say, since the week of June 19th. There's been more selling coming to the market than they have been buying. And then the market actually fell during the week of July 24th, and it is still hovering around $28,500. Now, we're still seeing selling on this current weekly price bar in Bitcoin as well. Take a look at this on the 5-day chart. We have 8 hours and 45 minutes left. And I think you guys can see over the last 10 days, maybe 15 days, this is where the market resistance is currently coming in. It just simply means that this is where the sellers are at. There's more selling occurring at this price level, 30,160, than there are people willing to buy this Bitcoin. Here it is on the 3-day chart. Okay, so you guys can see the market actually is waiting for something to occur. You can see the lack of volatility, the lack of trend that is occurring into the market in Bitcoin. It's just simply trading from left to right. Now, from a 3-day chart, I will have to get a credit. I'll have to lean more towards the buyers winning out the market in Bitcoin because of this price action here in Bitcoin. Like, we have sustained price support right there around $29,000, which is fantastic. Okay, take a look at this on the 2-day chart. So I want to look at this on 330 minute. I want to see if there's really any emphasis on market selling coming in Bitcoin. I really don't see it. I really don't see the weakness into the market in Bitcoin. So let's see this on a longer term hourly chart. Okay, so yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this price prediction here into the market in Bitcoin. One thing we will need to see, and it looks like it's going to catch people by surprise. You know, the volume in Bitcoin ever since we did our video has merely completely dried up. So the volatility is dry, and it's going to catch people by surprise because of that reason. Nobody knows when the next big well or, you know, the next big pocket of money is going to come in and buy or sell this Bitcoin, right? Nobody can tell that right now. But I would tell you, by the immense low volume today and even yesterday's trading, something is about to pop in Bitcoin. Now, will it pop to the downside? Will it pop to the upside? It's anyone's guess. But let me go ahead and take this away. So if you were to get out the market in Bitcoin on the day that we did our video or the day after, on August the 9th, that was 3.29%. So you guys can even see from my perspective when I did the video, when I did this forecast, that I wasn't massively bullish. And it's just amazing how the chart literally gives you this information. It didn't go no higher than our ultimate area TP. But if you were to get out now, take a look. You're up maybe 0.5%. Okay, so let's look at this in Bitcoin. I'm going to create this trend line here. Okay, get rid of this line and get rid of this line. These are the two most important lines on the chart for us to distinguish whether or not the market is strong or weak. Price continues to get rejected on this downtrend line, we understand that the market is weak. If buyers continue to hold price in Bitcoin up here, then we understand that the market in Bitcoin is still maintaining its strength. Okay, So I'm just going to leave the market alone right now. Like I said, the market is waiting for some type of catalyst. And given that we really haven't seen too much in terms of indicators of strength or even indicators of weakness, you guys can see that the only triggers that we really see was back here on the 13th of July and the 14th. We haven't seen another indicator triggered since that time. And when these things occur, sometimes it's just best for you to relax and just let the market continue to work itself out. There will be opportunities. And I just don't see anything here today, just right now. So I'm just going to pause it right here. I want you all to go ahead and give me your thoughts about this Bitcoin ETF situation. Why is the SEC taking so long just to approve a couple of Bitcoin spot ETFs? What are they really nervous about? Can they not really handle a spot Bitcoin ETF because Bitcoin cannot be regulated by one centralized body? Give me your thoughts. Make sure you hit that like button too. Share the video. Also subscribe to the channel because this is one I do. I try to instill some understanding of price action without the confusion. Try to give you all the different viewpoint as to how the cryptocurrency space really works and operate. I don't give you this FUD, this FOMO that some of the other YouTubers are trying to instill in this space. I just simply try to give you all the real. You want to join me? Hit the like button, share the video, and also subscribe. All right, talk to you all later.